What's going on? What's going on, Falcon Faithful? You already know what it is. It's Throwback Sunday today. Red hats, Falcons going back to it. Before we get to it, if you are on YouTube, go ahead and like and subscribe for me. But if you are not on YouTube and you're on Facebook, definitely check us out there. But go ahead and shift over to YouTube and go ahead and click that like and subscribe button to help us out with this right here. We're getting ready to get to it. It's the Birdcage at the half. Let's go. Birdcage. Well, what's going on? What's going on, good people? You are already into the mix with the Birdcage at halftime. I am the historian Ryan Walker, and definitely got some stuff to talk about today. I got to talk about this defense today. They came out of the gates, storming the gates or whatever. We're moving the ball, but we got to get some points. I apologize about this slight technical difficulty, but it is what it is, ladies and gentlemen. So let's talk about it. The Falcons are in a situation right now today where we're playing a team that has talent, but they still haven't figured out how to win. We got some good play designs today, but the one thing that I'm liking from the offense so far, we're moving the ball pretty much down the field on this defense that's one of the best in the league. So the thing that we've got to really start getting going, we've got to get the running game going. They're keyed up and they're keyed in on stopping this running game today. I'll be honest with you on that. It's going to be tough sledding. You got four guys across the front that's causing some things. The weak part of their secondary, the weak part of their defense is their secondary. We've got to start attacking them more. We can't just keep throwing rail routes. Here's the thing. They're having issues with coming across, covering slant routes, being able to cover Bijan coming out of the backfield running the rail route. But the thing is, they're not willing to let Bijan or Tyler Algier hurt them today. So if anybody has been paying attention today, the guy that has stepped up and that has made some critical things happen is Kyle Pitts. You know, I'm waiting till after the end of the game. I want to see what the rest of this game looks like because, again, we're starting to see the number 4 pick starting to take shape and he's starting to ball out. Mac Hollis doing what Mac Hollis does. It was a good idea to take a shot with Van Jefferson early in the game, but you apparently see that speed that that kid has. We just got to get it to where he can get his hands on the ball. I'm not going to be mad at him or whatnot. We took a shot. We missed it. Should have been a walk-in 6, but if you get your hand on it, you got to catch it. So all I can say is, Drake London before the half, you got to come down with that. That hits your hand, you got to make that catch. We've seen you make tough catches before, but the reason Ritter put it in that spot was only for you to be able to get it because you're apparently seeing how aggressive that Washington secondary is. That's all I can say. But at the end of the day, we're only down 7 points. Had a chance to get some points before the half. Piss poor mistakes. Shot ourselves in the foot today with bad penalties. Drake. Let's get to it. Desmond has to understand his situational awareness on the field. Unfortunately, I know you didn't want to eat that sack, but it would have been better for you to eat the sack instead of taking the intentional grounding call. So that hurt us. They're calling a lot of stuff on our offense. Jeff Okudah's got one penalty, but I'm okay with Okudah today. Okudah has been balling since he's been healthy. We've seen DeMarco Hellams on the field a little bit. Special teams, I preach this all the time. Special teams is the third part of the game that has to be key for us. That is how you win ball games outside of your offense and defense. If your special teams isn't humming, that's pretty much a way that you can give away points. We gave away 7 points. Our defense didn't give up 7. We had bad field positioning, and there was nothing that they could do with their backs against the wall with Eric Bieniemy and that offense being capable of scoring in the red zone. Special teams, y'all got to get it together. Y'all can't sit there and think that guys aren't going to return it. James Crowder is one of the most dangerous return men in the NFL, just like Cordell Patterson. He just doesn't have the numbers and the time in the league as Cordell Patterson. But he's one of the most dangerous guys when he touches that football. Scary Terry, we've got to get hands on him. Okudah's doing his thing. Yeah, I'm going to call it out. AJ Terrell, this man has been eating you up since you were at Clemson. I know The AJ Terrell fans are going to be mad at me for calling him out, but AJ's got to get hands on Terry. Robinson, we've got to start containing him a little bit better when they start to run on the perimeter, pretty much outside. We're able to stuff him in the inside, but we have to be able to stop that outside run because we're giving these guys lanes and cutback exits to where they can actually make something happen. Linebackers, I'm not mad at Caden Ellison and Lando, Rambo Lando, that's what I call him and whatnot. But he's they're flying to the football. I can't be mad at those guys. And Jesse Bates quietly is doing his thing. But, Richie Grant, come on, man. You can't be giving up some of those passes because the side that they're throwing on is your side. They do not respect you. Start earning your respect. Got to give it up to Calais Campbell today. Congratulations, Mr. Campbell. You're a part of the 100 sack club now. Definitely well deserved. Should have been long time ago that you got that sack, but we'll take it today because that was a critical sack before the half, which stopped their momentum. All I can say is right now, offensively, I really feel as if the creativity and the play calling is there. Arthur Smith is hearing it. That's all I can say. Arthur Smith is hearing it, but now he's starting to put it into play. I don't know if it's Arthur Smith calling it or they're actually finally starting to design packages to where they're actually making things work because they're dialing it up. They're confusing this defense. They're keeping them off balance. But what we've got to be able to do, we've got to be able to make this defense pay every time they make a mistake. We love what Bijan is doing, but let's be real, ladies and gentlemen. You cannot give him the ball every play. They're keying in on him. He's making plays. We know that he's going to be like a point guard as a running back. We know what he can do. We've got to start making them pay with our other weapons. Jonnu Smith, you got to figure out a way how you get Scotty Miller involved in his offense. That was a bad way that we used Scotty Miller against a big cornerback running a dig route like that. And for those who don't know, he was running pretty much a deep slant route. So let's just be honest, man. We've got to start getting plays to where we can hurt folks and taking that momentum and using it to our advantage. We're in a situation to where this is the time now in the second half, we need to see Cordell Patterson touch the ball. I don't know how hurt he is. I know he got one catch in the game so far, but we've got to get Cordell Patterson involved in this offense. If he's well enough to dress out on that field and well enough to step out there, start using CP because here's the thing. He's going to be the wild card now. Everybody's expecting what Bijan is doing. Nobody can plan for Cordero because they don't know what CP if he's going to be 100% or if he's going to be 75%. My thing is, go ahead and start putting the ball in CP's hands. You have him in the slot. Start using him in the slot. Start using him for routes because he's big as some of their linebackers, but faster. He's bigger than their corners and their safeties, but just as fast as those guys. And I think we're doing a solid job with the offensive line and keeping Ritter clean today. Ritter hasn't had too many issues with being touched today, and there's no excuses today. You've got to hit some of those passes. I get that you're trying to play this game and you're trying to stay clean, but guess what? You got legs, Desmond. Use them. You run a 4-4. Start keeping this defense honest because if they think that you're going to run, they're not going to pin their ears back and keep coming. We've got to design plays to where we can use this kid's legs so we can pick up yardage because we cannot keep giving up possessions and giving up drives so that Washington defense can rest. And outside of resting, keeping our defense on the field and getting them tired. Because the thing about Washington, if you get a lead on them or if you actually have momentum going, they're the type of team that doesn't quit all the way to the end of the fourth quarter. No matter what their record is, they're a very tough team and they don't go away. They're just like us. They fight like hell to the end. So unless we capitalize on that momentum, it's going to be wasted possessions that we have. We've got to generate points. And I'm not talking about three. Thank God Koo is keeping us in this game. Koo hasn't missed anything. He's consistent, but we've got to get touchdowns. We've got to get that ball in the end zone. My thing is this. Put Van Jefferson back out there. You're apparently see what his speed is like, and he'll separate. Guess what? Start using him into different types of packages. And I know he's learning, but here's the thing. The route tree doesn't change. The route tree stays the same. His playbook, he might not know yet because he just got here this week. But guess what? design plays for him where you're calling the route tree. Hey, run a 7 route, run a 3 route, run a 5 route, run a 9 route. You know, he understands the route tree, but you've got to put him in positions to make plays to get this defense off balance, because we have way too many weapons for us to be sitting back and allowing the defense to dictate what we're going to do offensively. We have too many weapons. Ritter definitely has got to start using his legs, and we've got to start spreading that ball around. Kyle Pitts, he's been taking off today. Every time he touches the ball, he's been making good plays and positive yardage going forward. So my thing is, you got to start using all of your weapons. I get that you want to lock in on somebody, but guess what? Keep feeding the hot hand. This is what hurt us last year. This is what's hurt us in games we've lost. You don't go to the guy, you stop feeding the guy that's hot. You've got to feed the hot hand. But I'm pretty much done with it, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to catch you, and I'm predicting we're going to have a party line today. So definitely got something special for you guys. Thank y'all for joining us with the Birdcage halftime analysis. Let's get this dub, Falcons. Rise up, baby.